Hello guys, well it's been like 2 weeks by now, ever since I got Mortal Kombat 9, and I just thought I would sort of do a short video about my sort of feelings, impressions and overall thoughts of the game. By this time I'm sort of finally over the fact how awesome this game is, and I've pretty much seen quite a lot from the game so far. Most of the time I've been playing on ladder mode, and I already did the story mode as well, which I managed to play through in two long night sessions. Overall, I would have to say that this game is everything that I was hoping for, and actually even more. When I first got it, I was kind of in a sort of shock with regards to how much excited I was about it, and just trying to play through it like a maniac. But now I can sort of lay back and pretty much enjoy the game as it should be. And yeah, what can I say? It's just an epic game in all terms. I think this is one of the best fighting games that has ever been produced. If you look on the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 systems, it's definitely the best one out there, at least for me. I would say it's sort of definitely not meant for the average Joe player, and I could say that this game isn't for everybody, but it's sort of targeted at hardcore Mortal Kombat fans like myself, and getting this game and having Mortal Kombat 9 as it is as a reality is just something that I was always hoping for. But considering how the other 3D style games or interpretations of Mortal Kombat were, I just thought or was afraid that would actually never happen. But now 2011, it's here. Like I said in my earlier sort of review of the game, I've been waiting for this type of Mortal Kombat for like 15 or 16 years old. If I had to put it in an order of all the Mortal Kombats, I wouldn't call it Mortal Kombat 9. I would say this is the 5th in the series. I mean, this is sort of like how Mortal Kombat 4 should have been, but I'm okay with Mortal Kombat 4. I love it. I mean, the arcade version of that game was pretty awesome, with good Mortal Kombat-like gameplay, awesome graphics. Too bad a lot of people didn't really get to see the actual arcade version of it, just the shitty home ports that were released that were all pretty inferior in quality compared to the arcade version. But then of course you have the Dreamcast version there, the Mortal Kombat Gold, which I still play a lot today, and is a lot of fun, and I find that game especially close to my heart. However, this one is sort of like everything that Mortal Kombat 4 should have been, or how Mortal Kombat 4, how the whole Mortal Kombat saga should have been continued. I'm really not down with Deception, Deadly Alliance, and especially not Armageddon, which I just found an awful shitty game. Pretty poor graphics and everything, but this one is just sort of over the top. Going back to the fighting mechanics and style was just I think what made this game really awesome. And well, it's got everything there and even more that made Mortal Kombat popular and so beloved in the days of the arcades, with regards to good fighting roster, good character roster. I think this is sort of like Mortal Kombat Trilogy was. Basically, it has I think every character from Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3, with the exception of Rain and Chameleon, if you call that the character, but I never considered him to be an actual standalone character. He was just sort of like an Easter egg, or I don't know. He's an interesting guy to play with, but never really got my attention. However, in this iteration of Mortal Kombat, you get everybody. The gameplay is really awesome. First I didn't really like the pacing of the game, how fast it was, but now I got used to it, and I can say that I pretty much like it now. It really feels like UMT3. Right now I just got the demo going on, and as you can see, the backgrounds and everything is just awesome. And the backgrounds are not just you know, cool looking, but they sort of had that old school Mortal Kombat feeling to them. Pretty much all of these stages are sort of enhanced versions from one of the stages from the earlier Mortal Kombat. There are a couple of new ones as well, like Flash Pit or Shang Tsung's Garden or something like that. I think that's the name of it, and they all do their job pretty good. I mean, they just look beautiful, and they have so much detail and stuff going on in the background, so you can just, you know, keep your eyes rolling around on the backgrounds while you're doing the fight. So it's just really amazing. Sound is also excellent. I mean, I think that was also a pretty important part which made Mortal Kombat so popular. And the music too is really great. I always loved the music of Mortal Kombat. I think Dan Forden sort of defined from the start up the whole atmosphere and the mood that this game has, and I think the music and sounds throughout the year had a pretty big part in making Mortal Kombat what it is. So for me, it means a lot, but it's definitely more than a game. I mean, I'm like, you know, thinking Mortal Kombat 24/7 throughout the week. So I'm a pretty big Mortal Kombat nerd by this time, and like 2 years ago when I purchased my arcade machine, my dedicated MK2 cabinet, you know, which is still an over-the-top feeling to play on it, to have it, to sit next to it, or just watch the demo and sip a beer and remember the good old times. This game brings back all of that atmosphere that the previous ones had, and expands on them. With regards to story mode, I think it's just awesome. I mean, I would have never imagined that they would do such an outstanding job. It's like watching a new Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know. It's really that great. And especially tailored at the old school Mortal Kombat fans. You get a lot of sort of, you know, hints on older stuff that were in the older arcade games, and you know, sort of Easter eggs, and it just feels pretty great playing through. And I already did it once, but I'm going to play through it again because I really liked it, and also I need the sort of the coins, the credits, to purchase stuff from the crypt, which first I didn't really found that great, so that you had to purchase fatalities, but it really gets you going and playing just to earn more coins. And but if you know, wouldn't have been for the crypt, I would still be playing this game, you know, as much as I can. Fortunately, I've been moving house lately, in the last 2 weeks, and I didn't really have time to, you know, play that much as I wanted to. But now I'm finally settled, so I'm gonna be getting back to gaming and getting back to Mortal Kombat again. There aren't really that many of sort of negative things about it. There are a couple of things that sort of annoy me, but they aren't big. I'm just gonna list a couple of ones that sort of annoy me, or I'm still or I'm missing from the game. Like it doesn't really make, you know, any difference in the gameplay, just the feeling and the whole atmosphere of Mortal Kombat. But one of the things that I'm missing is sort of the danger meter that was always present in Mortal Kombat and was sort of a dedicated Mortal Kombat thing. Fortunately, we don't have it in there. However, I hope that in future updates they'll sort of add it. It would be cool. I mean, it doesn't really do anything, but it's still a neat thing. Fortunately, we got Toasty again in this game, and they made a new picture of Dan Ford, and an updated picture, and you can see that one once in a while. However, it does not occur as often as it did in Mortal Kombat 2 or Mortal Kombat 3, but it's still there, and it's still neat. The other thing I'm missing is Motaro. I really sort of lost my mind when I was playing through the story mode and I first saw Motaro. There was a scene when they were in Shao Kahn's arena or Colosseum, and it's called, and for just a glimpse you could see Motaro in the background, and I was like, oh, way fucking cool. I mean, and when you play through story mode, you get to see Motaro fight Johnny Cage, and then Raiden just hops in and basically shoots him through one of the bridges in the background, and then we see later on him being carried by the Outward Warriors to Shao Kahn, and then he's dead. So basically you don't get to fight him. I guess the reason that he wasn't included as not just a non-playable or a boss character in this one is probably the same problem that they had in the previous versions, that they sort of couldn't handle four-legged creatures or characters in the game. That's really the biggest thing I miss here. I mean, he should have been there. I mean, he wasn't that popular as the Shao Kahns like Goro and Kintaro was, but I think he was pretty much an okay boss, and I liked him a lot in MK3, especially why he was so easy, and you know, you could just load on him with your combos and kick his ass, but he still looked you know, like a giant, and looked like a proper boss, and looked like a proper Mortal Kombat character that fitted the whole game. So he's not there, which is a shame. However, there's so many other things, you know, in the game, so this isn't really that much of a problem. Maybe he will come back as a DLC, I don't know. It would be cool. I wouldn't want to see him in a two-legged version like he was in Armageddon. Then if it's, you know, two legs, then just leave him out. With regards to other things, I loved in story mode that they gave sort of a proper character description for all of the characters that you encounter throughout story mode. I mean, not text-wise, just, you know, you could see some of the characters evolving and see the backstory throughout story mode. And one of my favorite characters has always been Shao Kahn. However, you know, there were not much sort of footages and story going on with him in the previous games. You just knew that he was a bad guy. He wanted to conquer Earthrealm and merge it with Outward and stuff like that. I was really glad when I you know, saw him in Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, and he was just awesome there. And fortunately his one of the central characters or players in the story mode, and you get to sort of get to know him, and it's just awesome how they made. I really like the sort of cutscenes that you have, which were pretty much made with the game engine. They look awesome, and they did a pretty good job throughout the whole game. First, I was surprised that you could play as everybody with the exception of Quan Chi, and as we learned that later, Cyber Sub-Zero got transformed into cyborg instead of Smoke. It was just kind of odd to me why you couldn't play as Quan Chi in the beginning. I mean, but when you play through Quan Chi the ladder mode, it sort of reveals stuff that he was already alive with Shinnok, and the whole plan was to sort of waste Shao Kahn completely and sort of weaken outward, and the Earth realm as well throughout the combat that's been going on, so that Shinnok could enter and take over both realms more easily. And this, I mean, if you would have seen this in the ladder mode prior to playing through the story mode, it would have spoiled things, especially the ending when we see Shinnok sort of appear in Earth realm and talking to Quan Chi, and I think he was pretty lame in Mortal Kombat 4 and not a wise choice to be used as a boss. However, although I really despise Armageddon, I did like the Armageddon version of Quan Chi. That really felt like a cool one, and for the next Mortal Kombat, if they are going to go this way, I really hope that they will make an awesome boss from him. So anyway, that's for the next version of Mortal Kombat. However, but coming back to this one, this is really great. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, if I had to match it, with Mortal Kombat 2, which is my all-time favorite for a lot of reasons, not just the game, but for me the game just means so much more than the game itself. I mean, I've been a kid back then when I was playing it, and the whole atmosphere and my whole childhood was just connected with this, and so it's got a lot of additional stuff attached to it. I would say this one is on par with Mortal Kombat 2 with regards to content and quality, gameplay and everything. Just awesome. For the future, if they're going to make further Mortal Kombats, which are probably going to happen, this one, I don't know the sale records for this one, but I guess it's sort of a blockbuster at the moment for Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 as well. I mean, for me, this has been the most anticipated game ever since Mortal Kombat 3, I would say. So, to be honest, I have just because of Mortal Kombat this Mortal Kombat purchased an HD TV like a half year ago, and I didn't really want to get the PlayStation 3 because I don't play that much console games, just mostly Mortal Kombat and some older games like on Genesis or Sega Saturn, Dreamcast and stuff like that. I'm really much more into the older, more mature stuff than the new one, because they had just so much more depth in it, as most of the unlike most of the new games have. You just play it through in a couple of hours and it's just quick ride, and you basically won't pick that game up ever again. So I pretty much wanted to avoid purchasing an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, but for this one I just had to get one. So I made sure a couple of months ago that I got my copy of PlayStation 3 for this one. So, but right now Mortal Kombat 9 is finally here, and well, all people gotta do is sort of play back actually, although you get all the move lists and fatalities and stuff like that listed in the game menus themselves, you can code them up. So some of the fatalities are locked at the beginning. You have to unlock them throughout the game through the crypt. And right now I have pretty much all of the fatalities unlocked from the crypt, so I have everything there. But still, I took the effort and sort of made a pretty nice spreadsheet of all of the moves and fatality lists for this game, and printed it out on hard paper, just like I did in the old days. It sort of feels right. I mean, back in the old days, when Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 was coming out, we knew it in advance in a year, due to the fact that we were in Hungary, former part of Eastern Soviet Union, and after the change in 1990, we just sort of suddenly started to get arcades and all of the stuff from Western Europe or from the Western world, which is awesome. But we were always like 1 or 2 years behind with the game. So when Mortal Kombat 2 was coming out on the summer in our arcade, I mean, I knew that in advance, like half a year. So and we already had our all the moves lists and stuff like that. So everybody was just running out with shredded papers, fully written with moves lists and stuff like that, and everybody was already learning them by heart, even before like half a year before the game came out, and it was just sort of neat. And I just did the same thing with this one. So now right now I have everything on paper copy, just sitting here on my table in front of the TV, and gonna just have a look on the moves and enjoy them the same way. With regards to the moves, the other thing that I think they should have done in this game is going back to the old sort of button configuration with high punch, low punch, high kick, low kick, block. And for some characters you would really need the run button in this one, but I guess for the next game they are going to do that. I mean, it's okay the way that we got it now, front punch, back punch and stuff like that, but for me, just being an all-out hardcore Mortal Kombat player, it's just sort of hard to memorize this way, because I'm always thinking and going back to the old layout. So the character roster is huge, and getting to know all of the players, all of their moves and combos is going to be pretty long and tough road. Right now I would say I'm pretty much confident with like 6 or 7 characters in the game that I have sort of managed to master the special moves, and I'm not doing that great with combos. I mean, I've been seeing pretty crazy combos all over the net. I was never that much into the combos, but I really like them. But I just like to keep them short and damaging. So on this sector there's still a lot of to learn on my part. And with regards to the combos, I mean, Mortal Kombat 3 and UMK3 had a so-called dialing combo system, where you had to sort of had a combination of buttons to press in order to launch a certain combo. And with this Mortal Kombat, I mean, prior it came out, it was sort of advertised that you would be able to do combos much more easier. However, I would say that the combo system is still pretty much the same. I mean, it's still the dial-up system. For the actual combos, I'm not referring to juggling. I mean, juggling, that's completely up to the player how you string it together and do it, and that's up for you to find out which moves you can do together. But the actual combos that are listed from stock are all dialed, so you have to press proper button combination and sequence in order to get the combos working, which I think is fine, because you can just memorize them after a while and keep doing them. So anyway, I've been going on about this for I think for 20 minutes or something like that. So I'm just gonna wrap it up shortly. I'm gonna be definitely making more gameplay videos, and I'm gonna do or try to do a proper review of this game, and also going to try to get an HD camera, because I'm sort of getting annoyed by the shitty quality of the recordings that I do. I would really like to, you know, enhance the video quality quite more. So I think by this time every Mortal Kombat player has this game, or Mortal Kombat fan has this game. I hope that most of the guys in Australia have this game by now as well. It's a really shame what their government did to them with banning this game, and you know, not allowing those guys to play, you know, what they want, even though you know they are adults and stuff like that. I think it's just pretty crazy. I mean, I know that this game is bloody and gory, but you know, still, for this reason you can just basically ban all of the FPS games, and especially the GTA series. I mean, even though it's not that bloody, I mean, but you can do much more fucked up things, like, you know, just running crazy with the car and hitting everybody on the street, and you know, which is much closer than to the real life than, you know, in Mortal Kombat, you know, cutting your opponent into half and just, you know, let it bleed out and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope also the Australian players are sort of set to go by this time. So I'm just gonna go back and enjoy the game, and while there's still quite a lot more to play through. I mean, I did like play through with 7 or 10 characters, I don't know the exact number, but it must be around 10. So I'm gonna go through the whole roster, and I've already found some pretty sort of favorite characters so far. I mean, of course, Scorpion and Sub-Zero is definite favorite, and I think the new iterations of Smoke is just awesome. I really like his moves, his combos, his everything, and especially his appearance. I mean, the old school ninja version of it, not the long hair emo style, which I think is kind of looking gay. But the old ninja style looks pretty cool, and I've always been a fan of Johnny Cage, and he's really fast in this one, and his moves are just, you know, awesome, and he's really a lot of fun to play. Cyber ninjas are pretty cool as well, especially Cyrax. Sector is also cool, although I don't like the fact that they have sort of messed around with some of his moves and changing the button configurations. I really like the teleport punch, being the old school way, forward low kick thing, and he is like down forward low kick or forward down low kick, something like that. So it's just, I need to get my head around that one first. And here's Kung Lao. He's another favorite of mine in this one. I really like him in Mortal Kombat 2. I wasn't really much of a fan of him in Mortal Kombat 3, but in this one he's just, you know, perfect. I love his combos, and you can do a lot of stuff with him, and especially his fatalities. Those are just, you know, awesome, gruesome. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I said, Mortal Kombat is everything I hoped it to be, and even more. So I'm just gonna go get back to playing it, and I suggest you guys do the same. So see you next time.